So here you're going to see a couple of clips of me approaching some girls, and then I'll go through some of the things.
Sorry, I just noticed you were walking. I thought you looked really nice. What's your name?
Natalie.
Natalie, Ed. Sorry, it's you, me. I noticed you as you were walking and I thought you looked really cute. Can I say hello?
Hi.
What's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby?
Yeah.
You have a very British name but a very foreign accent.
Yeah, no, I'm not British.
Where are you from?
Argentina.
Oh, okay, so you have a bit of a Hispanic look.
So when it comes to doing these approaches and you're wondering what the best thing to say just to open the conversation, especially during the daytime, I think the best thing to do is just say, I know that something along the lines of, hey, I know this is random, but I just thought you looked nice. So just opening with a really basic compliment, and then going from there. The good thing about that is that it's simple and it's honest and it's very direct and it makes your intentions very clear. So that's why it's good just to open with just a basic compliment. You can just say something like, hey, I thought you looked nice, or I thought you looked attractive. Nothing too full on. Don't say shit like, oh, I thought you were really sexy or something like that. You can do that in certain contexts, but not really during the daytime in a big city like London. It's not really considered appropriate.
I saw you were like dressed all black. I thought you were like maybe going to a funeral or something. I thought like it's a bit of a strange place to a bit of a morbid experience at this time of the day.
No, I got to work.
Oh, you work in a funeral? Oh, is it equivalent to going to a funeral, your work? Is it that depressing?
Yes.
Oh, what is your work?
I'm working in a restaurant.
Oh, well, waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather kill myself than do that. Yeah.
Horrible.
So, but at least on a brighter note, you've got to meet me, so maybe that makes your day, getting a bit of attention.
Sorry,
You got to meet me, so hopefully that makes your day slightly more tolerable, or perhaps not, maybe worse, who knows. But anyway, yeah, so where are you from originally?
France, but I'm Polish
you're French.
too.
You're French and Polish?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
And then following up from that initial statement, you then kind of want to you want to kind of make a seamless conversation from that point. So one of the best ways to do that is just to kind of make an assumption about her, and then just draw upon that. So for example, I say, hey, you're dressed in all black, so therefore have you just been to a funeral, for example. It's kind of stupid, but it's one way of kind of getting a conversation going. And it's a bit of a more smooth way of doing so, rather than just asking a bunch of questions. Yeah, you can ask some questions like, where are you from, and then you know she might have an accent, and then you sort of you then sort of talk about where she's from or what her accent is, and therefore make some assumptions based on that. That can work quite well as well.
No, I've not been there. I've only been to Peru in South America, and that was an interesting experience.
Because everyone,
yeah, I've been to Machu Picchu, all the major places. I went to Lima, and but I go to Spain like almost every year.
Oh, okay. Close to Paris.
Close to Paris, so you're used to the big city and the smog and the pollution and random guys hitting on you all the time. You're used to it.
Yeah.
That's good.
One of the things you ideally want to do when you're doing these sorts of approaches is you kind of want to escalate a little bit. So you know, sometimes it will be enough just the fact that you've approached her and that you're talking to her. You know, you're a guy who's just randomly approached a girl, so obviously she's got in her mind, okay, yeah, he probably wants my number, wants to go on a date, etc. But sometimes that's not enough in certain situations, because you know, sometimes if you don't escalate enough, then you'll end up friend zoned. So one of the ways to do this is to kind of state your intentions, and to basically you want to kind of communicate that you're here to fuck, but obviously you can't put it in those terms, because obviously that will you know, alienate the girl. So you've kind of got to, it's challenging because you kind of want to convey the fact that you want to fuck without actually deliberately stating that you want to fuck. So in this clip, what I did was I basically was painting the picture. I was like, oh, you're from France and you're used to, or Paris or whatever. She's used to, you know, the big city, guys hitting on her, blah blah blah. What that does is then says, okay, you're used to guys hitting on you. That's what this is. there's a guy hitting on you. So it's like painting the picture. So it's very clear that you're a girl, I'm a guy, you're getting hit on.
Are you visiting England or?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 months actually.
Yeah.
I've been living with some family friends, and I'm leaving next week. So.
Oh, is it that bad? You hate it so much you have to?
No, I don't hate it at all. Actually, I love London.
I actually don't. Well, I see where you're coming from. A lot of people do like London. I actually personally don't.
I don't know what.
It's partly because I've been brought up here and I live here, and the grass is always greener on the other side, as they say. So that's probably it.
Which grass is greener than the grass in London?
I think pretty much any part of the world would be greener than the polluted grass in London.
No, but London is perfect.
Is it? You really think so? It's not though. It's got a lot of problems. It's very crowded. It's very polluted.
Of course, there is no place.
The only good thing about London is that there's lots of nice girls around, which is.
So you can pick them up in the street.
You'll see in this interaction that I was talking about London and why I think it kind of sucks a little bit. Generally, you kind of want to keep your interactions quite light-hearted and positive, but at the same time, if you actually think something, then don't be afraid just to say it, because a girl will respect you for speaking your mind and actually being truthful and honest, rather than just just talking some bullshit that you think she wants to hear. So if you've got an opinion on something, don't be afraid to just state your opinion, because when you're doing these interactions, you do have to kind of balance the rapport side of things along with the kind of the escalation type of things as well. And then I say something along the lines of, oh, there's loads of nice girls in London. So again, what that does is it paints the picture. It tells her, look, I'm a guy, you're a girl, I'm talking to you because I'm obviously down to fuck. So it's one of those ways to kind of communicate that in a slightly more subtle way. The manner in which I said that and that particular statement is a little bit risky, just because it gives a slight player vibe, but at the same time, in this particular interaction, I could sense that it was on. She was quite invested. She was quite interested. So I thought, yeah, why not? Fuck it, let's just say that. And it sort of prevents obviously any kind of friend zone issues. I say a good interaction is typically around sort of 3 to 5 minutes. As a good sort of length of time. Obviously, you don't have to stick rigidly to that, but as just a general good indication of how long a good approach would take. That gives you enough time just to find out a bit more about her, perhaps convey a bit about yourself, just so you're not just some random guy on the street. So that she knows something about you, so that she can perhaps relate to and be like, okay, yeah, that's that guy. That will stick in her memory. So yeah, after a bit more of chit chat, then obviously you want to get her number. I'm
actually in a bit of a rush and I've got to head off the other direction. Let me grab your number and we can perhaps go for a coffee next week or something.
I don't know my number, so it's me.
Me? Oh, yeah, I think I saved myself as that. I think it does it automatically on iPhone actually. Let me just, yeah, actually I'll type it in actually.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'll save you as me. That's your name, is it?
What I do when it comes to getting a number is I like to just say, let's exchange numbers, rather than can I get your number. That way it's more like, yeah, it's not like permission seeking. It's not asking for permission. It's just stating directly, yeah, let's exchange numbers. It's more sort of direct. Cheers for watching. If you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we'll go out in public and work on you approaching girls, or more generally with your social confidence, please visit my website ed-game.com.